Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Lee, the editor-in-chief of Allure, and today I'm going to walk you through my everyday morning skincare routine. So after I wake up, I do like to do a little bit of a cleanse. I know some people don't always wash their faces in the morning. I like to do it with at least a little gentle cleanser because I do feel like there's some dirt and oil that accumulates in the nighttime. The one I've been using a lot is Then I Met You. So this is actually part of a double cleanse that I love. I do the double cleanse at night. It comes with this nice citrus scented cleansing balm, which helps to take off makeup, and then you follow it with this water-based cleanser. So it's a really soothing, gentle, foaming cleanser. So a lot of times foaming cleansers can be a little bit drying, they can strip skin, but this one I actually find is very soothing. So what you do is you just take a little pea-sized amount into your hand, and you can see it's this beautiful sort of light brown color. And then because it's foaming, I want to take a little bit of water and just mix that in there. And so I can get it to foam just a tiny little bit. And then I'll just wash my face a little bit. Get all on my forehead. And then I'm just going to rinse. And make sure you rinse it all off. Okay, I'm just going to grab a towel. Oops, the towel is fuzzing on me. Don't want those little fuzzes. Okay, so my skin is feeling nice and fresh and clean. And then, so it's really important that right after you cleanse your skin, you want to start sealing in some of that moisture. So my next step of the day is doing an essence. So on days when I'm really busy, I sometimes will skip essence, but a lot of people really believe that this is a very, very important step of the day, where an essence is a very watery skincare treatment, as you can see. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's literally just looks like water. I just rub that around in my palms, and then I'm going to pat that straight into my skin. So especially in Korean and Japanese beauty, people think about this as skin's nutrition. This Tatcha one is amazing. It has ingredients like algae and rice and a lot of different nutrients for your skin. And it's not going to feel super hydrated, it just feels like you're splashing water on your face. But that's going to be sort of your next step that helps to hydrate your skin. Okay, so on weekends when I have a little bit more time, I love to really pamper myself, and I'll do an eye mask. I love these Wander Beauty eye masks because they are not only beautiful and gold and sparkly, but they're also incredibly hydrating. And then you take off one. And so the white part is the part that's going to go onto your skin. And just position that right there. And then I've got my other one. They're very, very saturated. So as soon as you put them on, you'll notice it just feels like it's really hydrating your skin. So super cute. They feel great, very cool. And then while I'm waiting for those, I'm gonna use this Jillian Dempsey Gold Vibrating Bar. And what you want to do is put some sort of a serum on, either a serum or a moisturizer that's going to help this glide. So what this tool is going to do is it's going to help to contour your face. So you might see a lot of people who use jade rollers or other face rollers. This is a similar concept. It's really doing lymphatic drainage, which helps to sort of move some of the puff away from your face. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of the snail mucin serum. I'm going to put that into my palm. So, okay, what is snail mucin for anyone who doesn't know? It's a very popular ingredient in Korea, and it is just what it sounds like. It's actually the slime that comes off of the trails of snails, and it's been shown to have really great skincare properties that help to heal skin and also plump it, and it's actually a natural source of hyaluronic acid. So I've been really obsessed with this lately. So I'm just going to put this on the places where I'm going to use the gold bar, just so it can help that glide a little bit on the chin and neck. And then also, don't forget the hands. I'm big on hands. If you have any leftover skincare stuff on your hands, on your palms, go ahead and use that on your hands, chest, neck, anywhere else. Okay, so the Jillian Dempsey Gold Vibrating Bar, you actually turn the base of it. And then what you want to do is, Jillian has actually said this to me, you want to push your face meat up. So I start here. And once you do that, especially on your jawbone, you'll actually, inside your head, hear sort of like vibrating. I'm just going to push up. And then what you want to do, because you're sculpting your cheekbone, you can also go towards this way and kind of give it a little hold here at your cheekbone. And so you can push pretty hard also, because again, you're really wanting to contour your face. Hyaluronic acid is a very popular skincare ingredient right now. So what it does is it helps to really plump your face. It adds a lot of hydration, and it's something that's so gentle too. So you'll see in my routine, I'm actually using a couple different forms of hyaluronic acid. So there is hyaluronic acid in these eye masks, it's in the snail mucin, and then also in the next serum that I'm gonna be using too. One thing that people have been developing is what is called tech neck. If you're starting to see some wrinkles along your neck, it's probably because we're constantly looking down at our phones. So it's become quite an issue. And so Jillian actually taught me this, is that if you put a little bit of your serum or your moisturizer on your neck, and then use the gold vibrating bar, you're gonna just kind of run that along here a couple times. And think of that a little bit like an iron, that you're ironing that back out. And then also, once you go up towards your chin, for anyone who wants to kind of like sculpt a double chin, you can work that along your jawline too. I think the reason that this is a 24 karat gold is that sometimes people have reactions to other metals. So this is definitely a splurge, but I think that for anyone who has some skin sensitivity issues, it's particularly a good one. Okay, so again, this is something that I only do on weekends when I have more time. It is very luxurious and it's very worth it though. So if you have a couple extra minutes in the morning, I definitely suggest it. So these haven't been on for a full 5 minutes yet, I don't think, but I'm gonna go ahead and take these off. When I do, I'm gonna still see there's a little bit of wetness there. So it's really important that you don't just let that dry. What you wanna do is I take my middle fingers and I just kind of pat that in. You never want to tug at the skin anywhere near your eyes or honestly anywhere near your face. Just being really gentle with that. Done. Okay, so next up, as I mentioned, hyaluronic acid is a biggie for me. So I've already done the snail mucin, but what I'm going to do next is, this is the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. This is a really great source of hyaluronic acid, but also has niacinamide, which is really great for fighting inflammation. It's a very nice, just light, clear serum that when it goes on your skin, it just feels like, so hydrated and so moisturized and just really cooling and soothing right away. So I'm just gonna rub that all in, especially on my forehead, which is really dry. I have very, very dry skin, so weirdly, I went my whole life thinking that I had oily skin, just because in the late afternoon, I do get oil around my nose, and then at some point a dermatologist had said to me, actually you have very dry skin. So a lot of my routine is done just by trying to put the hydration back in. Next up, I sometimes might skip this if I did an eye mask already. Today I'm gonna do it, but this is an eye serum. So for day, I prefer either clear eye serum or an eye gel over an eye cream, just because I wear eye makeup every day. So I find that eye creams tend to make my makeup run. Okay, so as you can see, when this comes out, I'm just gonna put a little dot of it on my finger there. And then I typically run both of my fingers together, and then I start at my inner corner, and I'm just gonna tap that out. I think sometimes people just do under their eyes and at the crow's feet, the edges. I like to do a little bit over the tops as well though. just because that is really thin skin over there. So if you can do just a light eye gel, it's really helpful. Okay, done with that. Okay, next step is gonna be a vitamin C serum. So the one that I've really loved lately has been Drunk Elephant. This one has vitamin C, but it also has ferulic acid. It's an ingredient that sometimes people say smells a little bit funny. People have compared it to the smell of hot dogs cooking. I don't think it's so bad. Plus, I just feel like this serum is so great and it just adds an instant glow. It has this beautiful kind of amber color, and it is a slightly oily serum. So when I put that on, as you can see, because of the color of it and because of the oily nature of it, it gives you just an instant glow. So I'm gonna run that along my forehead. I'm avoiding my eyebrows because I had my eyebrows microbladed. So when you have your microbladed brows, you want to keep any of those more treatment-based skincares away from them so that they last longer. And again, I'm gonna not forget my neck. Order-wise with skincare, you typically wanna think about thinnest to thickest. So I started by cleansing, obviously, but then I started with my thinnest, which was the Essence, which is very watery. And then I went to a more hydrating serum, and then going to this, which I would say is sort of medium. And then the next step is gonna be my thickest, which is gonna be my moisturizer. Okay, so nearing my final steps. So on a daily basis, especially if I know I'm going to be outside, sunscreen is very, very important. One of my absolute favorite moisturizers is this one. It's Revive, and this is the Dark Spot Corrector with SPF 30. What I love about this one is not only that it has a great SPF, but as you can see, it's sort of like a pearl-looking texture and color. So when you put it on your skin, so I'm just going to kind of emulsify this in both of my fingertips and start rubbing that in. As soon as you put it on, it actually makes your skin look so glowy. And what I love about it too is that even though it has a sunscreen in it, there's no white cast. And then one of my other pet peeves is really any skincare that pills under makeup, just very, very annoying. So this one is really great because it doesn't pill under makeup as well. So I'm big on making sure that I'm using all of my skincare to the best of its abilities. So if you have any extra on your palms, again, use it on hands, use it on your arms, use it on your neck, use it anywhere that you can. The other thing about sunscreen is that a lot of places that we miss tend to be places like eyelids. There are some companies now like Supergoop that make eye shadows with SPF, but if you don't have that, just make sure that you're not forgetting this area, because this is actually one of the places that people are getting skin cancer quite a bit. I was just having a conversation with someone, the founder of Supergoop actually, about there is some confusion right now because there's SPF in makeup and also SPF in skincare and then just plain old sunscreen. So the way she was saying it to me was that everyone should have a sunscreen wardrobe, if you will. So if you think about your sunscreen on a daily basis as layering, you're gonna be safe. So last step of my routine is lip balm all the time. So I very much reapply lip balm throughout the day. I love this one so much. I know it's a splurge. This is the Dr. Sturm lip balm. It is just the most beautiful texture though. And as soon as you put it on lips, whether they're dry or not, your lips just feel beautifully hydrated. I do love lip balm throughout the day. I don't have a Dr. Sturm wherever I am. So in terms of other ones, there are some other really great ones that I use. I use Burt's Bees quite a bit. I honestly, since having kids, have used Aquaphor for a lot of different things. But the Dr. Sturm one really feels like it's a skincare ingredient. So I feel like when I'm using the lip balm, it just feels extra luxurious and hydrating. And that is about it. That is my morning routine. Thanks everyone for joining.